What is up, guys? It's the Fresh Kicks. Today I'm talking about how to start reselling. So you've decided you want to take on reselling. You want to give it a try. Why not? So many people are doing it. You can supplement your income every week if you do it and you do it efficiently. You can start off with, even if you have a used pair of shoes, you could resell that and get some money up to, maybe try to get your first brand new retail pair that you can make some profit on. I had a little bit of money. Last year I was doing this. I learned so much. Literally, I learned tons of things. Any mistake you could really make, I made. And honestly, I took a few months. I stepped back and I got back into it about a month ago, and I'm making a series about this because anyone can do this. You can do this if you have $100. You can do this if you have, an older pair of shoes that's used. You can clean them up. You can do so many things to get that initial, couple $100. And in my opinion, there's 3 ways to start when, you don't necessarily have 10 grand. So you can say you have 150, maybe $200. The first option would be to go for a retail pair of shoes, whether that be a Jordan, whether that be a Nike, a Yeezy, an Off-White, a Travis Scott, a Fragment, whatever you hit that you can profit from that. That's how you can start with option number 1. Option number 2, if you have a pair of shoes, maybe you have 2, maybe you have 3, whatever the case, if they're not, if they're decent shoes, not completely destroyed or in completely irrelevant shoe, you can, if you want to start and you don't have any money, clean up a pair of shoes, sell them. Third option, which is, the option that if you're starting off and don't have much, it's probably not going to be the option for you, which would be to buy a new shoe that came out for resale to, flip for more money. Usually you're gonna need more money to do that option, and you're gonna need possibly some time to be able to not have that money, that liquid cash, to keep it going. That is one thing that I could stress the most when you're starting off and you don't have tons of money, is to keep everything moving. Keep it in motion at all times. Buy a shoe. I buy a shoe. If I get a shoe for retail, most of the time I try to have it sold before it even gets to my house. And sometimes you're gonna have to, take $20, $30, $40 off to move it faster. If you want that extra $40, $50 that, is the top of what it's going for, you might have to wait weeks, a month, you never know. So my suggestion is, definitely at first, just quick flip. Continuously quick flip. Because every quick flip you do, barring you do it, with knowledge and with research, knowing that it's going to be profitable, because that's a big thing, man. Things change in one day. For example, the Travis Scott Fragment High, before it dropped, it was $2,500 or so, around that area. And that seemed insane, crazy. 1 day later, 2 days later, the shoe in certain sizes is hitting $4 grand. So, things change that quick with, it literally, you just have to do tons of research. You have to be constantly monitoring, you know, even though I hate to say it, you know, the StockX's, everything. Just check what the prices are going for, maybe twice a day. Make sure you're posting the pair you're trying to sell. Make sure it's not, you know, the price didn't dip and, you know, you're the guy that, you know, has a price that's $20, $30, $40 over because you didn't know that it went down and your shoe won't sell. And lastly, to this first part of this series is where to sell these shoes. In the last month that I've been doing this, I've learned my lesson with StockX's and GOATs and all that. They're good for certain situations. I have been most successful and I haven't had to pay. eBay, anything over $100 that you're selling on eBay through their authentication, there's no charge. You know, except for, you know, whatever. There's no, you know, 9-10% service fee. There's none of that. Instagram and Facebook. So those have been my 3 platforms that I have sold. I've sold 5 pairs of shoes. I haven't been doing it for a month. I started about 2 weeks ago. I was like, I'm doing this. I, you know, figured out how I wanted to do it. And I had some pairs and I had a little bit of money. So I sold 5 pairs of shoes so far. And I added 2 to the collection retail in the past 10 days. So it's been 10 to 14 days. And I've made 5 sales and I've gotten 2 retail. So I had a couple more options. You know, I had all the options together kind of. I had the shoes and I had some money. So every person's situation is different and you have to go by what you can do. What you can physically afford, your bills, you know what I mean? There's so many factors that come into it. And over the last year and a half that I've been, you know, dabbling and trying to like resell, and you know, I sucked. I made so many mistakes. I lost so much money. But I learned so many lessons. And mistakes didn't happen twice. So, you know, those mistakes might have hurt. And you're going to make mistakes, man. Like, if you're new, even if you're not, you're going to make mistakes. Things happen. But it's a learning lesson you got to always remember and never make the same mistake twice. Because a mistake can sometimes be a blessing, man. I learned. At first, I was selling only on StockX. And I was losing so much money. I was just leaving so much money on the table that I could have been making myself by putting in the effort. You know, not needing that instant gratification of instant sale. No, I'll post it. I'll wait a week. I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna give it my chance to try to make every dollar I can make on that shit. In reason, obviously. And this is from Easy Day. I'm doing a video on it, but, you know, a little taillight action. But, and I got another pair coming in, and we're going to keep doing this series. I'm going to do once a week. I'm going to post about how the resale is going. So, with that, I am D-Fresh Kicks. I hope you got something out of this, and stay in tune, subscribe, like. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos with a lot of knowledge, so maybe you don't make the mistakes I had to make and lose the money I had to lose to learn this. So, I'm serious. Stay in touch. It's getting better. I am upgrading my camera and my whole setup this next upcoming month, and we have so much happening. And liking and commenting is the only way other people will see this. So just, you know, stay tuned. I'm making this like a series. And have a blessed day. Thank you guys.